Last season, we made history.
What's up, guys? It's Ryan with the MXG channel. I'm back today because it's finally here. The bike we've been teasing for 2 months. The last brand new generation bike we're going to see this year, the last bike we're going to have to talk about this year as far as being all new, and it's the 2023 Yamaha YZ450F. A lot of people are excited about this bike because this bike is already insanely popular. It's insanely loved. You know, people love the KYB suspension. They love the spring forks. It's won a bunch of shootouts. The results of the bike speak for itself with Tomac switching over, and there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. Now there's rumors we might have another big name going over to the Yamaha side, so we'll see what happens. But let's talk about the new bike. It seems like they've corrected a lot of the issues people had, which was the width of the bike, and we know it wasn't actually that wide, but it felt wide, and that's all that matters, right? People felt like it was a wide tractor, kind of a heavy bike. So this year they did shave 5 pounds off the motorcycle, and they completely redesigned not only the body of the bike, but they really seem to put a lot of focus into that cockpit area. The rider triangle, the shrouds are different. It's a flatter profile, it's slimmer. So it looks like although they didn't reinvent the wheel, it is an all new engine, it is an all new bike, but it looks very similar to the previous design as far as engines and stuff. We got a lot of cool little upgrades really that I want to mention today. So let's start with the engine. You're getting new exhaust, new intake ports, larger diameter titanium intake valves, a new piston, a new cylinder body, crankshaft, and balancer assembly, and a switch from wet sump to dry sump lubrication. And these effects combined together are supposed to lead to more mid-range and top-end power, and it actually lets the bike rev 500 RPM higher, so you get a little more over rev, a little more linear output characteristics. What else is interesting is they switched up the clutch. For years, the standard like 4 or 5, 5 or 6 spring or 4 spring if you were Honda, clutch springs individually. KTM switched to more of like a Belleville washer, like a disc style. Cowie followed behind, and now it appears Yamaha has taken notes and followed behind them as well. They also integrated the primary gear and the basket into a single steel unit, which is huge. For years, most of these Japanese bikes, the weak point has been that aluminum clutch basket. So we'll see a lot more durability there. It says the result is a more compact, lightweight, and durable assembly, which yields smoother engagement and excellent feel. There's also an all-new tri-shaft transmission layout that vertically stacks the transmission shaft, raises the center shaft, and forms a triangle between the crank, drive shaft, and main shaft for a lighter, more compact transmission. More notes from KTM, guys. This is good to hear. This is how all these brands push each other to do better. So let's talk about the Power Tuner app. It's been completely revised for 2023. It retains all the functionality of the previous version, but now it's even easier to use with more functionality. Engine mapping can now be made using an intuitive new slide bar. There's a new lap timer, traction and launch control tuning, and bike setup guides. There's also a new lightweight handlebar mounted switch which allows on-the-fly selection of preloaded engine maps. All new traction control system, guys. What it does is communicate wheel slip to the ECU, which tunes the engine to maintain the ideal rear wheel traction. This is something new though. You know, the KTM's had this for a while, on or off. Yamaha's actually given you 3 levels, high, low, or off. I like that. The updated launch control system now has an RPM limiter, which can be adjusted in 500 RPM increments between 6,000 and 11,000 to optimize your launches off the gate. Both systems are controlled through the Yamaha Power Tuner app. I'm liking everything I'm hearing, guys. So now let's talk about the chassis a little bit. Next major update to the YZ450 involves the completely redesigned aluminum bilateral beam frame. Striking the perfect balance of precise cornering performance and handling stability, the new frame consists of more than 10 different aluminum components welded together. This provides the opportunity to carefully tune rigidity and flex characteristics of each component to ensure competition level performance. The result is a better handling machine with lighter feel, improved bump absorption, and increased traction. I can't wait to ride one of these guys because I've said this before. My 19 KTM with the steel frame always felt like it had a little too much flex for me. It was a little wallowy. Then the 2020 YZ450F that I ride pretty often feels too rigid. So the new KTM I'm riding, the 23 Gen, kind of feels somewhere right in the middle. Hopefully this does as well. All right guys, as far as the suspension, you're kind of getting the same old. It's the Yamaha speed sensitive system, the SSS we all know. It's really the same fork as the KYB AOS. It's just Yamaha calls it the Triple S, KYB calls it the AOS, I think. There's really no difference, but it is a spring fork. But now we have hand adjusters on the top. So another kind of note they took out of KTM's book and put hand adjusters on top. But if you look at the top of those forks, they look a little trickier than the KTM's. The KTM's actually have plastic adjusters up here on top, which are fine. They do the job fine, but the KYBs on this Yamaha look like they have black anodized aluminum adjusters, which look super trick. All right, so what we really wanted and what I really wanted this entire time, a new slimmer, flatter, and more compact body design. So the bike is supposed to feel lighter and more precise. Probably the most precise bike I've ever ridden was my 16 KX450F. That 16 to 18 Gen KX450F was so skinny. Just the way you could point and shoot with that bike, it felt amazing. And I don't know, Cowie kind of went the opposite way this last year, but I've never rode a bike that felt quite as precise as that 16 to 18. Hopefully this Yamaha gets it a little closer to there. So there's a new redesigned air intake pathway, air box, and filter that allow for a narrower fuel tank, slimmer front shrouds, and a lower airbox cover. There's also more seamless, rounded features, including seat edges and side covers to ease rider movement for improved control. The rider triangle is improved with increased leg room between the seat and foot pegs and revised handlebar position for a more natural posture and enhanced rider comfort. So kind of the other stuff, guys, is just the stuff that's been staying on the bikes for a while. You get the push button electric start, lithium-ion battery, 1 1/8 bars, new compact PVC handlebar pad, new lightweight throttle cables, wide foot pegs with new lightweight aluminum alloy brackets, a quick adjust clutch perch. Yes, Yamaha has stayed with a cable clutch. I don't see them doing this forever, but they're still there for now. And a new chain guide. Should also be noted that they do run a 270 millimeter front rotor. I'm not sure if that's the same rotor they've been running in past years. Maybe somebody can let me know down in the comments, but that's a pretty good size front rotor. So yeah, guys, it doesn't seem like the wheel was reinvented with this bike, but it is gonna be a complete new generation. Despite what some of the trolls in the comment sections wanna say, the 2018 to the 2022 YZ450F, although there were some minor changes, are the same generation machine. That's the 7th generation Yamaha YZ450. This will be the 8th. This is an all new machine. So lighter, slimmer, more power, more features, everything we asked for, guys. I can't wait to ride one of these. So I'll drop some more videos in the coming days and weeks to let you guys know any more information, and appreciate all you all watching. It's been a fantastic year to talk about new dirt bikes with all the KTMs, and thanks for riding with me. And next year we'll have a brand new Cowie to talk about around this time. So if you want to support this channel, you can get your parts from AMC. They have parts for all brands. The link is down below. Just click on that link and I'll get a little help. Yeah, and you can subscribe, hit the bell, join my race team, and see some behind the scenes stuff. See you guys in the next video.